Alright, hello everyone. I thought that I would go through a replicated melee combat system, and I will start by showing you how it's working basically. But the problem is, like, when I learned to do this, there are a million tutorials on YouTube showing like how to do a melee combat system and a million tutorials for replication. But as a beginner, when you try to fit those two pieces together, it's really hard, and it took a while for me to figure out how to actually make it and how to actually make it look semi-good. So I will start by showing you what we're gonna try to recreate. This is a game I'm currently doing. I will show you some progress. We have some weapons. I will start by equipping my weapon, and as you can see on the other screen, here we are. The weapon is replicating, so that's cool. And then we have our AI. He spotted me, so he's starting to chase me. Let's see if we can get him to walk over to the other screen so you can see him. Here he is. And as you can see, he's attacking. I'm taking damage. I can block. I have like a basic block system going. Dodge rolls. We have some attacks. And he hits me. So basically it's like almost like a Darksouls multiplayer copy, which is, yeah, maybe not a Dark Souls copy, but you get the picture. So we have lots of stuff going on here. And it's not really polished yet, obviously, but yeah, I'm gonna polish it a lot more, but just so you get an idea of what we're creating. So I have this tutorial project, which is just a standard third-person template. Nothing weird going on. What we need is a project. We need some attack animations. I'm using the Frank's Slash pack from the marketplace. That's basically it. The pack just got updated with some spear animations, and I haven't really tried them out, so I thought I would do the spear animations for this tutorial. And I didn't really have a spear, so I made my own with that's just a basic Infinity Blade assets and just a regular cylinder, so nothing special. So that's my spear, and yeah, let's jump right into it. So just the Mannequin third-person character. I did mess around some before because I started recording this, but then there was no sound on, so if something is not looking like it usually does, that's probably because I changed it. But yeah, we can keep all this. No, we can also delete most of it actually, but yeah, let's just keep it there for now. So the basics is to replicate melee attacks or a melee combat system. We use custom, start by doing a custom event. Let's call this one server attack, maybe. Easy. Don't have to make it too complicated. And we will start by making this run on the server, and then make it reliable, because this needs to be reliable. And then we need another custom event, and this is going to be a Multicast Attack. So when doing multiplayer games, you're going to use this a lot. You're going to multicast stuff a lot. You're going to use a lot of rep notifiers and whatnot, but this is fairly easy to understand fairly quickly. So what we need to do is we need to call the multicast on the server, and the attack should happen here. So basically what happens is we call this function on the server, and then the server multicasts to all clients. So it happens on the server, and the server tells all the clients that an attack is happening. And then we're going to do an anim montage, play anim montage, not the play montage, play anim montage. There we go. And then we need to call the function also. And we're going to use the left mouse button, like most games, for the basic attack. Left mouse button is pressed, we call server attack. So this should be easy to follow. Pressing the left mouse button calls the server attack function, which executes on the server, and it's reliable, so it's executed all the time. And which then calls the multicasts on the server, which tells all the clients that an attack is happening. This is fairly basic, and what we'll do right from the start, we don't really have to do this right now, but what we'll do right from the start is we will also pass the information. So, as you see, there are no inputs here now, and this is where we actually add the montage. I already did it before, so actually that shouldn't be here. Didn't I remove that? Yeah. So we will pass, we could just enter the animation montage to play here, but we're going to pass the information, so and now we are going to do it. Because there might be different reasons that you would want to be able to change the animation at runtime. For instance, like you could have different items with different movesets, I had that on my items. So like a sword makes a sword attack, and a spear makes a spear attack, and then obviously you would, in that case, you would have like item details. I'm probably gonna go through this, but yeah, so this is maybe too much information right now. But yeah, basically, if you want to pass information from like an item or something, I would have information here stored in an item, and then which calls to the attack, and then which passes the information to the server, and then to all the clients. So I might as well do that from the start. So that's the basic setup. So let's just print string attack done, just so we can see that it's happening. We'll play. Attack is done, and as you can see on the strings, first on client, then server. Attack's done. Awesome. So that's working. What we need now is our animation that we're gonna play. And as you saw before, I was using a spear animation. Let's see. Combo. Is this cool? We need the coolest one, obviously. Spear combo to which is the coolest combo? All. That's pretty cool. Oh, maybe that's over. Yeah, let's not do all. Let's just do. Sorry for not preparing this beforehand. We are gonna do a standard spear attack. So let's do. This looks good. This looks really good, right? Yeah, that's a standard spear attack. So So what we need to do first is, from the animations, we need to retarget this animation to our player skeleton. Retarget duplicate. And as you can see, we can't really do that right now. And that is because we need to change some settings on our skeleton. Go to your own skeleton that you are using. I would recommend to do this as well. I always do this at the start of any project. See, player mannequin, from the start it's just called UE4 Mannequin or something, but I always rename the mannequin that I'm using to player mannequin, just so I can differentiate it from other skeletons, because when you import assets you will always like get new skeletons with assets, and then you end up having like 30 of them, so it's nice to just being able to know which one is yours. So double click, open, go to skeleton, select rig. We need to select a humanoid rig, and we need to save. It needs to be saved. Now it's saved. What you might need to do as well is, it's done from the start on this one, but you might need to choose a preview mesh if there isn't one. Save. And then we also need to do that on the animation, which is this one. Mannequin, yeah. Select humanoid rig. It was already humanoid rig here. Save. Awesome. And now if we go back to the animations, oh no, we have the cool one. No, it's this one. Yeah, great. Browse to assets. So this one. Now, retarget duplicate, and now as you can see we can choose the player UE4 mannequin skeleton. Click it here and you can see it's the same pose. If you try to retarget and your skeleton is not showing up here, it can be either because it's not a humanoid rig on both animations, or a preview mesh isn't selected in your on your skeleton. Bam, change. I'm just gonna make a new folder called prefabs, and then animations, retargets. Bam, retarget, and there we go. So here we have our animation, now retargeted to our own skeleton. What we need to do is make right click, create anim montage. So this is the first attack. Bam, bam, bam. And then we just drag it. Oh, no, don't drag it. Here. And over here. This is where we feed in the animation. So when we press, the animation is set and it gets passed through. Also, as I showed you before, you can skip. You don't have to pass the information. You can just do it like this. Oh. You can just do it like this. If you don't, yeah. At this part of it, you don't really have to pass it, because it's not going to be changed. It's going to be the same thing anyway. If you're going to change animations from the same function, then you need to pass the information. Otherwise, it won't be replicated properly. We'll go into that later. Yeah, as we see, nothing is happening. That could be lots of reasons for that. I think I know why right now. Is we need to go, whenever you use, there are two reasons we do the animation montage, because the first one is I'm going to do root motion attacks. So that root motion basically means that the character will move with the animation. The animation will drive the movement of the capsule in the character, not the other way around. So what we need to do is we need to, in order to make root motion work like that, we need to add the default slot. So from event graph, you open your animation blueprint. From your mesh, anim class, you can find your blueprint, double click, come here. This is the animation blueprint. Click on the anim graph. Sometimes you might be in here. Just go backwards. Then slot. Add default slot. Pass it through the output post. And let's see if it works. And it works. Bam. Bam. There we go. There we have our attack. Yeah. So there are lots of stuff that needs to be changed here, basically, because obviously I probably don't want to be able to move while doing this. And yeah. So what we need to do is, depends on, basically this animation that I'm using is, as you can see, the character is slightly moving, then he's going back to the same position. Since the feet aren't really moving and I'm not planning on blending these animations, I don't want to be able to move while I do this animation, because that kind of looks weird, right? Because then the character is just gliding. So that I don't want to do. So what I will do is, I will, as I said before, I will enable the root motion. So go into the animation, set details, root, enable root motion, save all in this case, just because it was a while ago. Remember to save oftenly, because Unreal crashes a lot of the times. And there we go. Now I can't actually move during the animation, but something really weird is going on right here. Why am I getting smaller? I have never ever seen this before. And just let's see what happens. Can't I do it like that? No. New editor window. Just want to see what's replicated or not. Where is he? There we go. Yeah. As you can see, it's replicated. And now also what is actually nice with this kind of, with the root motion, as you can see, is that while I'm doing the animation, my character is moving forward slightly without me actually doing anything through code, and that's because the capsule is moved by the animation. So this is the nice part about root motion, actually. So this is really nice. So we have a good start here, but what I need to figure out is why it's smaller. I guess it's somewhere in the animation. I can close this. Is there some kind of scale? Uniform scale. Sorry about this. Scale. Is it because of the root motion? Is it because this scale is small? Okay, this is weird. Okay, so it's not perfect. I don't know why I can't set it to. Can I set it to 2? Now we have something. Yeah. This is how to create a creepy AI enemy character, Slenderman. Yeah. Not the point. 1.1 in that case. And almost good. 0.1. 1.1. Close enough. Not working. Is it because I'm not changing my own animation skeleton? Yes. I know why. Okay, so basically, yeah, I don't even know why I'm going through this, because this is not related to animations and melee attacks. But yeah, the scale was weird, so the scale is now changed. Add key, apply, animations now changed. So apparently I sink a little bit into the ground, but yeah, that's details. We'll figure that out another time. as you can see, the attack is going on, and this tutorial is now, this video is like way too long right now. Already 20 minutes for nothing. So see, this is an intro tutorial. Yeah, as you can see, it's replicated on everything, so that's nice. So yeah, I'll probably do a lot more stuff here. Bye bye.